Thank you for joining Henderson Rowe for our semi-regular podcast about the firm, financial markets and other matters of interest to our friends and clients. Please be aware that the following is regarded as financial promotion related to investing. Investing is a risky activity and it can result in you losing money. So before making any investment, be sure you understand the risks. Stay tuned at the end of this podcast for specific details regarding those risks.
Welcome everyone to another Henderson Rowe podcast. Again, we're going to be talking about the Tier 1 Investor Visa Programme. My name's Kevin and I'll be asking the questions, and I'm joined again with my colleague John Whick.
Yeah, hi Kevin, good to be here with you again.
Right, couple more questions for you. I'll get straight to it. What's your one bit of advice, John, for anyone looking to apply for a Tier 1 visa?
Without doubt, being a professional at the coalface of the investment side and therefore regulated by the FCA, the most important thing is considering the anti-money laundering requirements before you start either moving funds around or indeed making the application. We're proud to have rigorous AML benchmarks, not only for the protection of our reputation, but also for the protection of our clients. The AML, it has to be cast iron so that clients are never in a situation where their accounts might be closed by the FCA, which could put their immigration status in jeopardy. Even having a brief conversation with one of our immigration team would very quickly allow an individual at the front end of the process to identify the most appropriate way to fund their Tier 1 investment and what the AML requirements will most likely be.
Okay. And what would you say makes the Henderson Rowe offering different from other professionals in the field?
Well, our level of experience investing in assets outside of historically popular gilt portfolios would probably be the main thing. We work with many legal partners and advisors in the immigration space, and they can tell you that we've been harping on about the weaknesses in gilts for many years. Under the old rules, they had some value for people with small buffers above the minimum amount, but with rule changes, any investment team worth their salt would, at the very least, give investors a number of different options for investment using stocks and corporate bonds. Now that gilts have been deemed not permissible, we've got a huge amount of experience which is incredibly valuable for investors in the Tier 1 space.
Right, so how do I become a client of yours?
Simply get in touch with myself or one of the team, such as you. We've got Dominic and Stefan as well who work in the Tier 1 arena. We'll arrange an initial call or a meeting. At that point, we'll get a firm understanding of your background pretty quickly, and then start outlining what we think you'll need from an AML perspective. The sooner in the process we meet you, the better, such that we can advise you on both the AML side and what we need to do in terms of a route map going forward.
And lastly, John, you're probably expecting this question. Do you foresee any changes coming post-Brexit?
Brexit. Well, clearly Brexit is a huge topic at the moment, and undoubtedly it will bring changes, but I think it's testimony to what we have in this little offshoot of Europe that people consistently still want to come here. It may be that we see an increase in popularity in the Tier 1 scheme, as people can no longer rely on being a European resident to ultimately settle in the UK. What this means is that the visa schemes in other European nations can no longer be used as a gateway to the UK, and indeed current European residents may now need to consider the Tier 1 investor scheme if they want to come and settle in the UK. Obviously, there's always the risk that the investor visa could come under scrutiny from the government, and this route to settlement could be restricted. But I think in the context of Brexit, I'd hope government does see the value in attracting good people into the country.
That's great. Thanks so much for your time, John.
No problem. Thanks, Kevin.
The proceeding is regarded as financial promotion under Section 21 of the Financial Services and Markets Act 2000. Henderson Rowe is a registered trading name of Henderson Rowe Limited, which is authorised and regulated by the Financial Conduct Authority under firm reference number 401809. Investing with Henderson Rowe or any other firm involves risk. It's important to ensure you fully understand those risks before making any investment. You should know that regardless of the nature of your specific investment, its value may go up as well as down, and you may not get back the amount you originally invested. Past performance of particular investments or managers is not an indicator of future performance. Before making any investment with the firm, be sure to ask questions to fully understand what you're getting yourself into. Until next time, thanks for joining us at Henderson Rowe.